All right, here we go. Open gym, a little bit of an experiment and some ideas about what it is not, who it's for, who it's most not for, but kind of talk about like the most ideal type of person and the most ideal type of work, like the reason why behind the open gym. So open gym is, think about if you're going into like a regular gym and you just come in and you do whatever you already have planned to do. That's what open gym means. Now, we've never really been able to figure out the logistics behind it here at Prevail, and this is one of the first experiments as we kind of lean into potentially how that would work. So I want you to think about this pod. So from like mid-floor back, this back 4 squares is the open gym, right? And then technically, if you wanted to, the turf with an asterisk. So really, when you think about when you come in for open gym, this is where you'll live. So you'll be in one of these 4 pods or just really in this area. And then as instructors, you'll know like all 8 squares plus those 4 for whatever the regular program is happening for that day, for that session. Now, when you come in for open gym, on the app, it says open gym reservation. There's 4. You can be waitlisted on those 4. It's all the same reservation rules that apply for anything else. So late cancels, no-shows, all that stuff, because you're still reserving a spot on the floor like you would for regular session. So make sure that, like, put your name on the wait list, take your name off the wait list, don't no-show because you are taking a spot from someone else. And this really gives us, as we're learning what this is like, this gives us data to see what kind of volume of people will enjoy this part of the like potential expansion into what Prevail can offer as another service. So you will come in and you're going to prepare like the rest of the room will from the room organization. So being on time, being early, being prompt, getting checked in, all of that will remain the same. I'm here. On the app, it's going to be like, cool, reservation for open gym. Bob, Sue, great. Regular session, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Then you're going to get into your movement prep, which is going to be the same movement prep as everyone else. So think about the first several minutes kind of like it's going to be like it is normally. Whenever the instructor is explaining the intention and style of the day, it is important for you to be respectful of that person's energy and time and noise. So don't be over here like making a bunch of noise or like disrupting the instructor's explanation. Then you jump into movement prep. I would think that like listen to that person talk about what are they going to do, or maybe grab extra mobility while they're explaining the day, because you need more of that anyways, more activations, whatever it's going to be. And then do the movement prep with session. Once movement prep ends and the instructor is like, cool, I'm going to start whatever the session is, that's when you as open gym get to use these 4 squares however you want to until the instructor starts to cool down. So the things that we let's talk about who that person is. If the session gets going, the person that's reserving for open gym should have enough autonomy to already have a light plan of what they're going to do for the day. Okay, so this is not a, I'm going to come in, I'm going to stand here, I'm going to go through, I'm going to watch them do movement prep, and I'm going to do my things, and then I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to go ask the instructor, what do I do for the next 45 minutes, right? You should already have a light idea of what you're doing. So the person reserving open gym should have some autonomy on a little bit of idea what their practice is. We will put out more content around how you can better develop these standalone sessions, but the easiest way to think about it is thinking about, I'm going to practice more of the Prevail patterns I'm already doing. I'm just going to do more of what I'm kind of like either missing or what I want from the program. That's really the goal of open gym, is if I'm like, I want more pull-up practice, I want more press practice, I want more bench pressing, I want more back squatting, I want more rear lunging, I want more hip lifting, I want more arms, I want more delts, I want more abs, I want more conditioning, I want more swings and get-ups, like whatever it is that you normally see inside of the Prevail thing, and let's say that you feel like you're just not getting enough of it for what your goal is specifically. That's where the open gym would be really nice to come in and be like, I'm going to get more reps and more practice of those things that I'm not quite already getting. So definitely think about like the reason for open gym is to do more of the things that you want to do, right? We're definitely not going to do things outside of the normal Prevail patterns. So we're looking at other exercise modalities, sport-specific things. Like Olympic weightlifting, throwing the bars overhead, dropping the bars, power cleans. We're not going to do any of that. Kipping anything, obviously. What else would be something that's normally not happening in here? I don't know. Burpees, things like that. So we want to do things that are inside the Prevail ecosystem, right, which is the vast majority of all exercise anyways, except for a lot of high impact stuff, and then the barbell dropping stuff, right? Other than that, you can use the space however you want, whatever speed and time you want to use. You should have everything you need inside these 4 squares, right? There should be no reason that you should go outside of these 4 squares to get what you need. You do want the flow of the regular session to have a little bit of priority, in the sense of like, don't go grab like 6 sets of kettlebells to do some sort of wild drop set exercise that's really going to take away from utilizing the rest of the room. Does that make sense? Like, otherwise, it's going to be like a regular session of sharing equipment and moving things around. There should be enough barbells and plates, kettlebells and dumbbells to stay inside of this. You can use the turf for any kind of sled work you want to, unless it's in like direct path of, if the group is using, I don't know, doing a bunch of slider work, don't grab the sled. But you can use the sled, you can use the bikes, the ski erg, you can use all that stuff. And then the other exercise you want to do is, if you're doing something like carries, you want to be mindful that if you are doing carries, you're doing it on the turf, you're out of the flow of the regular traffic, and you're not going across other people's pods. And just kind of like respecting these 4 squares as your open gym time, okay? And then you're going to cool down with session as well. So session will end and you'll cool down, and then the session will be over, and the next 4 people can come in and they can get their sessions done as well, right? Let me think. I think if you think about open gym time, I would think about a specific thing that I want to improve the most off the board, or a specific thing that I want to improve the most off my body, and that would be what I would lean the priority of exercise into. The other part of, like, if you want to think about something simply, you want to think, if I'm working on strength, I'm practicing 1 to 5 repetitions, I'm requiring 25 total reps in whatever combination that is, and that's going to move me closer to that direction. You want to think about like pairing upper body and lower body, so I'm going to do pull-up progressions and squats, and I'm going to rest a ton in between that, right? That'd be one way of getting a nice full body workout in without overcomplicating things. If you wanted to come in and just do straight glutes only, and you want to do hip lifts, and then you want to do kickbacks, and then you want to do mini band things, and that's what you want to do for your 45 minutes, you can do that. If you want to come in and be like, I just want to do biceps and triceps for an hour, you can do that. That's great. You want to do shoulders the whole time? Great. Whatever you want to do there, okay? If you have questions about program design, send those before you get to a session, not in the middle of session while the instructor is teaching the group. A couple days before, because don't send me a message at Saturday night and like, what do I do tomorrow, right? I think this should be like, I'm reserving on Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe I'll send a message out to the team and be like, hey, I'm coming in and I really want to work on blank. What would be a good open gym for me to do? And then we'll put together a template of a formula that would work well for your open gym time. Okay. Anything else that would make sense? Anything else that would be too, just respect that it is a regular session. It's a regular start time. It's a regular cool down. It's a reservation. All those things remain the same. And then your attendance dictates how we move forward with this in the future, or if we move forward with it, or if we expand on this idea. The whole reason that we want to put it on there is because there is a certain point in our trajectory of our goals to where maybe the ideal week of Prevail just doesn't hit that specific thing enough, which is the goal of Open Gym, is to bring up that lag or that weakness or thing I'm working on that maybe randomly I just didn't really see it this week because the way the program rotated out. Okay, that's the number one goal of why we want to play with this idea. Okay, if you have any questions, text the team, drop in the comments, and we look forward to experimenting with it.